Broadcasting live from the Riddix VOBS Studio Broadcast Center at Fordyce Center in Bellevue. This is GNASH Hockey on the Middle Tennessee Sports Network as we welcome you back. And we welcome you to pregame for the final game of our triple-header this evening. Montgomery Bell taking on Ravenwood, the Big Red looking to finish off their first half of the regular season schedule tonight with an unbeaten 6-0-1 record. The Raptors looking to bounce back after a embarrassing loss to Rutherford last Wednesday night as they finally get Cooper Hill to make his debut in his junior season, returning to the ice. He wasn't allowed to play for Ravenwood last year by the Junior Predators, but I guess they managed to strike a deal, and he is back tonight for the Raptors, and he is out on the ice warming up with the rest of his teammates as the warm-up clock has begun. And now let's go ahead and jump into talking about the two teams playing this game. First up, Montgomery Bell, coached by J.P. Dumont. 5-0-1 coming into tonight. Opened up the regular season with a 6-4 win over the Rutherford Rampage on September 27th. Beat Pope Prep MOK GCA 3-1 on October 2nd. Beat Brentwood 4-1 on October 4th. Beat Mount Juliet Wilson Central Green Hill 2-1 on October 18th. October 20th, they beat Father Ryan 8-3, and last Monday a 1-1 tie with Franklin. So here are their player stats coming into tonight. Lee Guy, the team's leading scorer, he has 10 points from 5 goals and 5 assists. Trace Graham, 9 points from 6 goals and 3 assists. Matthew Moore, 9 points from 4 goals and 5 assists. Duke Dalba, 6 points from a goal and 5 assists. Ethan Moore, who is finally serving out the rest of his 4-game suspension tonight with 4 points from 2 goals and 2 assists. James Lehrman, 3 points from a goal and 2 assists. Andrew Freck, 2 points from a goal and an assist. Ethan Sides, 2 points from goals. I should actually flip him ahead of Freck because more goals is better than assists. Edwin Bass and Graham Rutter each with 2 points from assists. Abe Lasher and Hunter Musser with a point for a goal. And Michael DeTillo and Emmett Castile each have a point from an assist. On to goalie play, Hunter Wick has played in all 6 games, so his record matches the team's 5-0-1. He's played 249 minutes. Goals against average of 1.6 or 1.86. No shutouts. He's allowed 11 goals on 141 shots, turned away the other 130. His save percentage in the regular season so far is 92. Aiden Becker played the final 3 minutes of the game against Father Ryan on October 20th. So because NBA were ahead and didn't give up the lead, was a no decision. He played the final 3 minutes and turned away all 2 shots that he faced. On to Ravenwood, coached by Mike Driscoll. 1-4 coming into tonight, or 1-3 coming into tonight. Opened up the regular season with a 5-1 loss to Father Ryan on September 25th. 2 nights later, September 27th, beat Brentwood 6-2. 7-3 loss to Franklin on October 2nd. And then last Wednesday night, a 5-1 loss to Rutherford. So here are their stats coming into tonight. Brady Freeman and Liam Powell each with 4 points from 3 goals and an assist. Jack Reedy, 3 points from a goal and 2 assists. Bennett Nichols, 2 points from a goal and an assist. Owen Appel, 2 points from assists. Lucas Brady, Keaton Moffitt, Oliver Lutz each have a point from a goal. And Zeke Landcamer and Jake Farrell, who made his return, made his season debut last week against Rutherford, got an assist. They each have a point from an assist. On to goalie play, Brady Miller has played in all 4 games. His record 1-3. He's played just shy of 153 minutes. Goals against average of 4.39. No shutouts. He's allowed 16 goals on 82 shots, turned away the other 66. His save percentage in the regular season so far is 80. And Colin Gower played the final 14 minutes of the game against Franklin back on October 2nd. So he played the full third period. It was already decided in Franklin's favor by that point, so it was a no decision. Goals against average of 6 because he allowed 2 goals and 7 shots, turned away the other 5. His save percentage in the regular season so far is 71. Ravenwood have allowed 19 goals, but one of those was an empty netter. The 5th goal that Father Ryan scored against them on September 25th was an empty netter. So the 2 goalies combined have only allowed for 18 goals, not 19, not all 19. All right, let me thumb through the folder here for my rosters. It's been a while since I did a Ravenwood game. There's NBA's roster. Ravenwood might be at the very back. I have not yet alphabetized these like I normally do. There it is. There's Ravenwood's. All right, ready to go in this one. Brady Miller going to start in goal for Ravenwood. Hunter Wick going to start in goal for MBA for this first period. Ravenwood will move the puck from my left to right, and MBA from my right to left. Ravenwood, they just need 3 points out of their last 3 games to stay up. Here's Cooper Hill, right wing side of the NBA zone, gets off his first shot in his return, and Hunter Wick makes the save. Owen Appel at the blue line. Dumps the puck to the inboards. Liam Powell puts it out in front, and a shot from Anthony Maltese is stopped and covered up by Wick. That takes just 22 seconds off the clock. Draws to Wick's left. And NBA win it, and they get it out to center. Puck chipped into the Ravenwood zone by Ethan Sides. Puck out on the far wall. Raptors trying to get it out. They do. Here's Cooper Hill, left wing side of the NBA zone. Stops, waiting on some help. Hands it off to Liam Powell. Back to Hill, who had it go past him, and it is cleared out by Brandon Fremgen. It's going to trickle on goal. Brady Miller has to steer it away. Oh, and then falling over, trying to go to the inboards for it was Cannon Kaiser. Puck out in the left wing corner of the Ravenwood zone. Ravenwood's NBA's top line out there, but so is Ravenwood's. Liam Powell brings it out. Brady Freeman tried to dump it into the NBA zone, was swatted away. Here's Lee Guy in the Ravenwood zone in the right circle. A shot turned away by Miller. First time he's tested, and he comes up big. Back the other way goes Brady Freeman, right wing side of the NBA zone. Down the wall. And cleared out by the Big Red, but Bennett Nichols with it at center. Will dump it into the NBA zone. Hunter Wick will leave it behind the net for Abe Lasher. Lasher will send it around the wall to the near side. Matthew Moore had it taken away. Friedman. Brady Friedman shot. Stopped and out onto by Wick. 12:08 left in this first. It is zip. Draw will be to the left of Wick. Draw one by NBA. They managed to get it out. Cooper Hill with it at center. Inside his own zone. Carries it out to the near side. And he got knocked down crossing the NBA blue line. He's drawn a penalty. He's drawn a tripping call. He's drawn a tripping call against Hunter Musser, freshman who scored his first GNASH goal last week against Franklin in the 1-1 tie. 11:50 to go in the first. Ravenwood getting the first power play of the game with no goals on the board yet. Draw is going to be to Hunter Wick's left. Draw one by Ravenwood. Here's Liam Powell. Past the slot. Cooper Hill had the puck knocked away. Gathers it back in. Passes across Brady Freeman right circle. Freeman moving out towards the blue line. Now going back down the wall. Tries to hand it off. Now Cannon Kaiser out high. Right point. Passes over to the left point. Friedman. Down to Powell, out high, Friedman. Friedman taking a shot, gloved and held on to by Hunter Wick. .85 seconds left of the power play, 11:15 to go in the first, no goals on the board. Draws to the left of Wick. One and cleared out by NBA. Bennett Nichols gets to it inside the Ravenwood zone, drops it behind the net for Owen Appel. Appel across to the near side, and Nichols, did not go to Nichols, and then, Matthew Moore had it, then Nichols took it from him, brings it into the big red zone, a shot from the right circle off the left leg pad of Wick, put out in front. And not a great shot by Jack Reedy. And the clearing attempt, what a job by Owen Appel, jumped up like an NBA player blocking a shot to keep it in the zone. And it was carried out by Brendan Fremnigan and brought back in offside by the Raptors. But man, Owen Appel going up like he was swatting away a shot in an NBA Finals game. 45 seconds left in the power play. 10:30 left in the first, still zip. Draw one by Ravenwood. Puck is in the NBA zone again. Jack Reedy behind the net, trying to put it out in front. And Jake Farrell couldn't get a stick on it. Now Farrell backhanding it out to the left point, Bennett Nichols. Down the wall to Farrell. Puts it behind the net, or puts it down low for Reedy. Reedy backhands it out to Owen Appel. His shot was blocked by Matthew Moore. I don't think Matthew saw it. 15 seconds left in the man advantage for the Big Red, who clear the puck out. It's actually towards the Ravenwood net. I think it would have gone past Brady Miller, but he steered it away just to be safe. They still have 0 shots up for NBA. Penalty time against them is up. Lee Guy literally made Brady Miller make a save. Speaking of Lee Guy, puck comes to him in the slot, and he shoots it past the net to the right of Miller, although it went off his stick and slid by. Now another shot stopped, and the rebound, Trace Graham, score! That's that NBA top line going to work. And Trace Graham scores to make it 1-0 Big Red with 9:32 to go in the first. Brentwood win the draw, or Ravenwood win the draw, bring it into the NBA zone. Cooper Hill at the inboards. Now Hill shot from the bottom of the right circle, stopped and covered up by Wick. Ravenwood just need to win they need just 5 points from their last 3 games, or 3 points, excuse me. They have 2 points. Brentwood finishing the first half of the regular season with 5 points. But again, Ravenwood beat them 6-2 back on September 27th. So if Ravenwood were to also finish 2-4-1, they'd be placed ahead of Brentwood on the head-to-head. Big Red get the puck out of their zone, but it's going to be brought back in by Zeke Landcamer. Puck behind the net, Liam Powell now out on the left wing corner. Puts it out in front, but nobody in a white sweater could get to it. Puck out in front, now it's behind the net, Cooper Hill. Carries it around to the left wing side, puck knocked away. Hill gets it back. Hill carried it out in front, got him a shot that hit the post to the left of Wick. Clearing attempt held in Landcamer, his shot blocked in front by Michael DiTillo, who clears. DiTillo passes ahead to Crosby Bond. Bond inside the Ravenwood zone, sending it to the front of the net, but it's intercepted and cleared away and out back into the NBA zone by Owen Appel. Puck out on the near side. Here's Cooper Friedman. Shaking off a check attempt. Friedman trying to drop the puck behind the net. It's over on the far side. Here's Bennett Nichols. Now here's Graham Rudder trying to clear it out. It's held in. And Cooper Friedman with a shot from the right circle that's gloved and held on to by Hunter Wick. 7:36 left in the first, 1-0 NBA. Draws to the left of Wick. Draw one by Ravenwood. Cannon Kaiser, left point. Shot missed the net. Puck out behind the net, sent around the boards to the far side. Jake Farrell let it go off his stick. Trace Graham ahead to lead Guy. Guy's going to flip it out to center, catch up to it, brings it into the Ravenwood zone. Guy from the slot, his shot off the stick of Bennett Nichols and past the net. Pass back to the slot, a shot, Ethan Sides, great save by Brady Miller on the blocker. I was about to call him Ryan Farrell. He's wearing the same number. Shades of Ryan Farrell on a save like that. Oh! And then Bennett Nichols put the puck out in front of his own net. It went off the right leg pad of Miller in the crease. Brady Friedman through center. The puck knocked away by Trace Graham. Graham with it inside his own zone. Over to Lasher, now to Sides. Sides carries it out but gives it away. Jake Farrell brings it back in. Farrell trying to hold and shoot, but he lost it. Trace Graham will clear it out. Here's Zeke Landcamer. Back in the NBA zone, carried out by Abe Lasher. Lasher, left wing side of the Ravenwood zone. Stops. Dumps it down low. Trace Graham tried to get it over to Matt Moore. That was broken up. I think it hit Moore's skate. Brady Freeman grabs it, carries it out to center. Pass ahead, intercepted, and cleared out by Zach Rankin. Zeke Landcamer fumbles the puck inside his own zone, poked free by Lee Guy. Owen Appel gets to it, tries to clear it out, held in Lasher. His shot blocked and goes up in the air and out to center. Here is Rankin. Whiffing on a clearing attempt. Now banks it off the near boards and out. Appel. Over to the far side, Landcamer. Pass ahead, intercepted. Duke Dalba. Right wing side of the Ravenwood zone. Takes a bump and goes down. Back the other way. Go Ravenwood. A 3-on-2. Appel, left wing side of the NBA zone. Trying to put it in front, but knocked away by DeTillo. He was looking for Lucas Brady out in front of the net. Michael DeTillo knocks it away, and the Big Red ice it. 5:20 left in the first. Still 1-0 Big Red. Draw is going to be to the right of Hunter Wick. One by NBA. I got it around the boards, but Cooper Hill with a shot from the right wing boards. It's stopped by Wick. And then a shot from above the left circle by Cannon Kaiser. Stopped and held onto by Wick. Draw B to his right again. Wick's right again. Ravenwood win it, but the Big Red take it away and bring it out to center. Here's Matthew Moore, left wing side of the Ravenwood zone. Tried to backhand after, oh, it went in. He backhands it off the back of Brady Miller's right leg and in. Miller was up against his own goal line, far too close, and Matthew Moore able to bank the puck off, and it is 2-0 NBA with 4:52 to go in the first. Draw one by the Big Red. Puck ends up in the Ravenwood zone. Here's Owen Appel. Clears it out, but it's brought back in offside by Andrew Freck with Hunter Musser deep down the right wing side. Draw on the dot in front of the Ravenwood bench. Puck ends up in the Ravenwood zone off the draw. Brady Friedman gets to it. Friedman backhands it off the wall behind the net. Owen Appel. Pass ahead went off the stick of Hunter Musser. It's out at center. Oliver Lutz with it. Lutz over to Appel. Appel out on the far side, cleared out. Here's Brady Friedman. Back in the NBA zone, left the puck behind him. Hunter Musser with it. Passes up the far side to James Lehrman, who lets it go into the Ravenwood zone, and he'll go to the bench for a change. Here's Abe Lasher. Brought back into the Ravenwood zone. Lasher a shot. Stopped by Miller. It was he and Caleb Kirkland on the attack. Puck behind the net. Oliver Lutz out on the far side. Here's Friedman. Brady Friedman out at center. Friedman. Left wing side of the NBA zone. Couldn't get around the defenders. So Andrew Freck will bring it out. He brings it into the Ravenwood zone. Dumps it down the wall. Puck sent around the wall to the near side. Now here's Oliver Lutz. Lutz is going to carry it out. Lutz into the NBA zone on the right wing. A shot over the net from top of the right circle. Here's Andrew Freck. Carries it around to the near side. Almost lost it to Jack Reedy. Reedy kicked it away from him but couldn't find it. So it's cleared out by Freck after all. Brought back into the left wing, Jake Lipinski. Passes over. Cooper Friedman, a backhander, missed the net to the left of Wick. Friedman behind the net again. Puts it out in front. Shot stopped by Wick on Lipinski. Puck behind the net. Tried to put it out in front again. It's taken away by Lee Guy, and Guy skates through center. Into the Ravenwood zone on the right wing side. Stops top of the right circle. Puck got away from him. Reels it back in. Passes off to Trace Graham, who was tripped. Brought down. Trying to move down the slot. He was cross-checked. That's going to be the first power play of the game for NBA. It'll be Cooper Friedman going off, so NBA getting their first power play of the game up 2-0 with 2:22 to go in the first. Draw is to the left of Miller. It's won by Ravenwood. They try and get it out. Puck coming over to the right point, and it's out at center. Cooper Hill chasing after it, but it was poked away from him by Michael Datillo on the back check. Datillo in his own zone passes up the far side. Lee Guy with it at center. Passes across to Trace Graham. Graham into the Ravenwood zone on the left wing. Drops it back, Matthew Moore. Moore back in front. Graham trying to redirect, and it went across the front of the net. Here's Lee Guy, right circle to Graham. The slot one-timer blocked by the skates of Liam Powell. Powell passes ahead to Cooper Hill, but it went through his skates to Michael Datillo. Datillo back ahead to Moore, who deflects it back in the Ravenwood zone. Oh, and Zeke Landcamer, not a lot of juice in his pass attempt. Oh, and Appel tried to pass one off the stick of Lee Guy. Comes over to Landcamer, who's going to fire it to the other end of the rink. Datillo sends it around the wall and out to center. Caleb Kirkland had it knocked up in the air. Lee Guy brings it down. Guy, right wing side of the Ravenwood zone. Passes out to Moore. Moore with a shot off the right leg pad of Brady Miller. Here's Graham. Puck banked hard off the boards. Comes back to Graham. Now out to Abe Lasher. Shot in the right circle. Top of the right circle. Stopped and held on to by Miller. 36 seconds left in the power play. 58 seconds to go in the first. Still 2-0 NBA. Draw be to Miller's left. One by the Big Red. Abe Lasher out high. Moving down the left wing. Got Jake Farrell all over him. Gets off a shot that's stopped by Miller. And Ravenwood will clear the puck to the other end of the rink. Wick out to play it. Banks it off the near side boards to Abe Lasher. Lasher pass cross intercepted Jake Farrell. Brought back in. Farrell whips on the shot attempt, but he was tied up by Abe Lasher. But Lasher was tying him up in an illegal way. He's going to go to the box for it. I think they called him for slashing. So 32 seconds left of the first. NBA up 2-0. We're going to have 10 seconds of 4-on-4, and then the Raptors will return to the power play. Draw be to Wick's right. Won by the Raptors. Owen Appel. Out to Cannon Kaiser. Kaiser passes down the left wing. Liam Powell. Penalty time against Ravenwood is up there now on the power play for 1:51. Here's a Powell shot in the right circle. Misses the net to the right of Hunter Wick. Puck sent back down to the left wing corner. Cooper Hill. Shot in the left circle. Turned away Wick. Puck put out in front for Hill again, but couldn't keep it on his stick. Hill. Time runs out on the first. Trace Graham and Matthew Moore score for the Big Red. 89 seconds of power play time will carry over to the second for the Raptors, trailing NBA 2-0 at the end of one. Ready to go for the second period. Hunter Wick still in goal for NBA. Brady Miller still in goal for Ravenwood for this second period. NBA will carry the puck from my left to right. Ravenwood from my right to left. The Raptors starting this second period with 89 seconds of power play time carrying over. They win the draw to start the second. Cooper Hill brings it into the NBA zone, but he's double teamed and the puck swatted away by Trace Graham. Puck sent around the boards to the near side. Now here's Cooper Hill. Hill behind the net. Comes out to the right wing. Sends it around the wall to the near side, Liam Powell. Powell. Try to put it in front. Redirected past the net by Cooper Hill. Now Hill has it out on the far side. Backhands it up to the right point. Under a minute left of the power play for Ravenwood. And Brady Friedman back to Hill. His shot in the right circle turned away by Wick. Rebound held in. Cannon Kaiser's shot from the right point. Stopped and held on to by Wick. 40 seconds left of the power play. 13-11 to go in the second. Still 2-0 NBA. Ravenwood on Wednesday night played Pope out in Antioch. That is Pope's first half finale. Draw be to the left of Wick. One by the Big Red. Puck sent around the boards to the near side. Jack Reedy tried to put it out in front, swatted away by Matthew Moore, who clears it. Ethan Sides chasing after it. Catches up to it in the Ravenwood zone on the right wing side. Gets off a shot. Little dribble that's off the right leg pad of Miller. Under 20 seconds left of the power play for the Raptors. Here's Jack Reedy. Left wing side of the NBA zone. Around the back of the net. Comes out to the right wing. Backhands it up to the right point. Bennett Nichols back to Reedy. Penalty time against NBA is up there back at even strength. And Reedy went to shoot, but he whiffed on it, and the Big Red get it away from him. Now here's Ethan Sides. Back in the Ravenwood zone, sending it past the net. Oh, but he got brought down. Jake Farrell brought him down as he was bringing the puck into the zone. Farrell arguing his case, but they're going to send him to the box for roughing. 12-11 to go in the second. NBA back to the power play up 2-0. Draw is going to be to Brady Miller's left or right? Left. Draw one by the Big Red. Lee Guy tried to pass out high to Michael Datillo. Went off his skate, still went down the left wing. And James Lehrman tried to back in and out in front, but nobody in a red sweater could get to it. Here's Oliver Lutz now in the NBA zone. Out in front, try a one-handed. Stopped by Wick. Puck flipped ahead to Lee Guy. Chips it ahead into the Ravenwood zone. He's got it in the right circle, but it got away from him. Passed out high to Michael Datillo. Now Matt Moore on the left wing. Back over to Guy, and Moore shot from the left circle off the left leg pad of Brady Miller. Now here's Michael Datillo moving down the right wing. A shot off the left toe of Miller's pad. Puck out behind the net. Zeke Landcamer with it, and he'll clear it. Minute left in the power play for the Big Red. Here's Michael Datillo. Passing ahead, here's Owen Appel. Intercepting and dumping it back in the NBA zone. Duke Dalba off to Matthew Moore. Moore back in the Ravenwood zone on the left wing side. Try to put it out in front. Held into the blue line by Abe Lasher. Passes over to Trace Graham under 30 seconds left in the power play for the Big Red as Graham takes a big hit in the right wing corner from Owen Appel, who tries to clear it, went off a stick and into the netting above the glass. I think it may have gone off an NBA stick on its way up. 19 seconds left in the power play, 10:30 to go in the second, still 2-0 NBA. And nope, they're going to drop the puck to the left of Brady Miller. One by the Raptors. Puck whipped around the boards and out. Nichols. Puck trickling into the NBA zone. Liam Powell's going to get to it. He's behind the net. Puts it out in front. Oh, hopped over the stick of Cooper Hill. Back the other way goes Hunter Musser. Musser. Into the Ravenwood zone. His shot off a shin. The shin of Cannon Kaiser. Left shin and past the net. Stretch pass ahead off the skates of Jake Farrell. Puck back in the NBA zone. He gets off a one-timer that misses the net. Well to the left of Hunter Wick. Puck still inside the zone. Cooper Hill walking it down the wall. Into the right circle, trying to put it in front, but Jake Farrell couldn't get a stick on it to redirect. Here's Hill again, shooting in the left circle that goes off a stick up into the rafters. 9:45 to go. Oh, by the way, Ravenwood are back at even strength. 9:45 left in the second, still 2-0 NBA. Draws to the right of Wick. One by NBA. Puck sent around the boards to the far side. Cleared out. Going to be brought back into the left wing by Jake Farrell. His shot gloved and held onto by Wick. Draw me to Wick's right once again. One by the Big Red, but unable to keep it with him was Edwin Bass. Now Jake Farrell carrying it towards the left wing corner, gets knocked into the boards, puck behind the net. Oliver Lutz passing over to the near side. Brady Freeman banks it off the boards, back behind the net to Jake Farrell. Has it taken away by Michael Datillo. Deflected out to center by Emmett Castile on the far side. Luke Pierce ahead to Brady Friedman. Now Pierce sends it back into the NBA zone, but Oliver Lutz falls over, or just about fell over, allowing NBA to clear. Sent back into the Big Red zone, but Brady Friedman had to get back on side. Datillo whips it around the wall to the far side, and Owen Appel can't keep it in. Brady Friedman at center. Goes to the far side, brings the puck back into the NBA zone on the right wing, gets him a shot that's blocked by Graham Rudder. Puck popped up into the air. Here's Oliver Lutz getting knocked down by Matthew Moore. Moore Clears the puck out, but he took a shoulder bump from Brady Friedman that stopped his progress. Friedman now a shot from the right point, gloved and held onto by Wick. Clock still ticking. Now they have stopped it. 8:06 left in the second. Still 2-0 NBA. Draw is to the left of Wick. Puck comes around to the far side, or near side, and the Big Red clear it out. It's in the Ravenwood zone on the right wing. Caught up to by Matthew Moore. Moore around the back of the net. Tries to wrap around. Stopped by Brady Miller. Tried the wraparound to the far side, and Miller stopped him. Puck put out in front of the NBA net, almost redirected in from in front by Zach Rankin. Puck out in front again. It comes to Caleb Kirkland, who's going to carry it out. It's back in the Raptors zone, and Kirkland fell over, almost poked it ahead to Crosby Bond. The Raptors bring it out. And the Big Red end up icing the puck from their own zone. 7:02 to go in the second. Still 2-0 NBA. Draw is to the right of Hunter Wick. Well, NBA trying to clear the puck out. It comes to Zeke Landcameron, trying to pass it down low. Blocked by Duke Dalba. Now his lead guy back in the other direction, and a great diving poke check by Owen Appel to keep him from going to the net all alone. Here's Liam Powell out at center. Into the NBA zone on the right wing side. Try to put it in front, but nobody in a white sweater could get to it. Here's Dalba. Ahead to lead guy. Guy back in the Ravenwood zone. On a breakaway in front of shot. Score! Duke Dalba found Lee Guy on the near side at center. Guy managed to get a step on the last two Ravenwood defenders, and he fires it into the back of the net. And it's 3-0 NBA with 6:24 to go in the second. All three members of NBA's top line have scored. Graham, Moore, Guy, all of them. The scariest top line in the entire league. Here's Oliver Lutz bringing the puck into the NBA zone. Try to come out in front, and I think it was blocked. Puck drifting out to the blue line. Nice job by Bennett Nichols to hold it in and send it back deep. Puck on the near side. Cleared out by the Big Red. Here's Lutz, left wing side of the NBA zone. Oliver Lutz. Soft shot, stopped by a Wick, and then he stops the rebound try from Lutz as well. Puck out on the near boards. Brady Friedman. Battling away. And the puck shot on goal from the left point by Kaiser, stopped and held on to by Wick. 5:26 to go in the second. 3-0 NBA. Draw was to the right of Wick. Puck ends up out at center. Now Will Gallagher on the near side at center. Puck dumped back into the NBA zone. It's behind the net. Keaton Moffitt spinning away, trying to hang on to the puck. It comes out to Owen Appel, and his shot off a stick over to the far side. Brandon Fremgen clears. Zeke Landkammer catches it at center, passes back up the far side. It's back in the NBA zone. Fremgen drops it back, but it goes through the legs of Graham Rudder. Rudder catches up to it, sends it around the wall to the near side. Here's Keaton Moffitt. Putting it out in front, but it's intercepted by Matthew Moore. Moore carries it out. Chips it back into the Ravenwood zone. Down the left wing wall. He'll catch up to it in the corner. Puck sent back up the boards by the Raptors. Lucas Brady will clear. Michael DeLillo will try to fire it back in, and it hit Brady, who is going to the bench for a change. Puck back in the NBA zone. Brandon Fremgen whips it around the boards to the near side. And cleared out. Here's Owen Appel. Passing up the far side. Now here's Liam Powell back in the NBA zone. Puck poked off his stick of the slot. Cooper Hill trying to get to it. He's got it, and his shot turned away at the near side of the net by Hunter Wick. Puck cleared out by NBA and then brought back in offside by Ravenwood. 3:14 to go in the second. Still 3-0 Big Red. Draw is going to be on the dot across from the Ravenwood bench. Draw one by Ravenwood. Puck flipped through the air by Bennett Nichols, and Hunter Wick decides to catch it like he's out in right field, and he'll hang on for the whistle. Draws to the left of Wick. Liam Powell carrying it up the near side boards. Passes off Anthony Maltese. Down low, Cooper Hill wants to center, and it's sent past the net by Maltese. Big Red clear it out. Cooper Hill takes it back at center, but it's taken away. Lee Guy down the slot to the Ravenwood net. A shot just missed the net to the left of Miller. That was almost another breakaway goal for Guy. Now Guy shooting in the left circle, and I don't know if Miller made the save or not. Puck comes out to the slot in the NBA zone. A shot, stave, rebound, score. Powell. Anthony Maltese with the initial shot from the slot, saved by Hunter Wick, who didn't know where the rebound was. The left-hand side of the net was open, and Liam Powell bangs it in to make it 3-1 NBA with 2:13 to go in the second. Well, Jake Farrell won the draw for Ravenwood and got tripped right off, so Andrew Freck is going to go to the box. Which means Ravenwood will go back in the power play down 3-1 with 2:10 to go in the second. NBA cleared it out off the draw. Now it's back in the Big Red zone, and Michael DeTillo whips it around the boards and out again. Here's Cooper Friedman, right wing side of the NBA zone. Couldn't get around defenders. The Big Red, they're trying to clear it out, and held in Owen Appellate in the left point and sent back down. It's going around the kick plate back to the far side. Matt Moore tried to clear. Went off of Bennett Nichols. Moore trying to kick it loose. Jake Farrell grabs it. Farrell backhands it down to Jack Reedy. Reedy's shot blockered up in the air by Hunter Wick. Under a minute left in the power play for Ravenwood, and now final minute of the second. Puck out at center. Trickling back into the Ravenwood zone. And we're going to get a penalty. Caleb Kirkland was being held up trying to go after the puck at center. And he has drawn a penalty against Bennett Nichols. Nope, it's not against Nichols. It's against Cannon Kaiser. I'm guessing that was either an interference signal or a holding signal. I think it must have been interference. So it'll be 4-on-4 for 37 seconds. 46.7 seconds to go in the second. 3-1 NBA draws to the left of Brady Miller. Here's Cooper Hill going to the front of the NBA net. A shot stopped by Hunter Wick. Under 30 seconds left of the period and under 30 seconds left of the 4-on-4. Here is Liam Powell. Out to the high slot. His shot off the right leg pad of Wick. Now here's Lee Guy out at his own. Pass across to Ethan Sides. Couldn't keep it in his stick. Comes back to Guy. Under 10 seconds left of the period. Guy out high with a shot. Steered away by Brady Miller. And time is going to run out on the second. 74 seconds of power play time will carry over to the third for NBA. So each side with a goal in the second. Lee Guy on a breakaway for the Big Red. And Liam Powell punching in a rebound for Ravenwood. NBA leading Ravenwood 3-1 at the end of 2. Ready to go for the third and final period. Hunter Wick still in goal for NBA. Brady Miller still in goal for Ravenwood for this third period. Ravenwood will carry the puck from my left to right, NBA from my right to left. The Big Reds starting this third period with 74 seconds of power play time carrying over. Michael Datillo with a puck for the Big Red. Inside his own zone, passes ahead to Trace Graham. Graham back across to Lee Guy. Guy in the Ravenwood zone on the left wing side. Guy tried to center it. And I don't know if whoever got the puck took the shot or not. Cleared out by the Raptors. Under 40 seconds left of the power play for the Big Red. Trace Graham. Back into the Ravenwood zone on the left wing side. Leaves it behind the net. Backhands it over to Matthew Moore. Moore. Datillo. Lee Guy left circle. Tried to center it for James Lehrman. Couldn't get a stick on it. Held in at the right point by Datillo. Datillo. Now Graham trying to get it over to Moore. Udatillo just kept it atop the blue line over to Lee Guy. Guy moving up the left wing side, turns around, trying to pass across to Trace Graham. Penalty time against Ravenwood is up the back, and he was straight, puck out in front and shot wide by Matthew Moore. Shot from Udatillo, score! Went off a stick and in. James Lehrman seems to be claiming the goal. Looks like it's him who got the tip in. Udatillo shot from the left point, tipped it in front by Lehrman. It's an even strength goal, and it is 4-1 NBA with 12:34 to go. Draw one by the Raptors. Here's Cooper Hill. Right wing side of the NBA zone, fires it past the net. Liam Powell shot blocked, dribbles over to the near side. Here's Andrew Freck trying to pass off to Duke Dalba inside the Ravenwood zone. Raptors come up with it. Jake Farrell ahead to Liam Powell. Powell at center. Into the NBA zone on the left wing side. Carries it over to the right wing. Across Cooper Hill, one-timer over the net. I'm not sure if Witt got a piece of it or not. Puck going back into the Ravenwood zone. Poked ahead by Duke Dalba to the end boards. Bennett Nichols is going to get there. Nichols ahead to Cooper Hill. Hill out at center. Hill into the NBA zone on the right wing side. A shot stopped and held on to by Wick. 11:30 to go, 4-1 Ravenwood. Draws to Wick's left. One by the Big Red. Hunter Musser clears it out. Ethan Sides chasing after it. Foot race with Cannon Kaiser. Sides pushed up against the boards by Kaiser. Puck behind the net. Lee Guy is not out there. Owen Appellin's up icing it. Getting it away from Emmett Castile. Draw is to the right of Miller. One by Ravenwood. They clear it out. Brandon Fremgen with it inside his own zone. Passes over to Michael Udatillo. Sends it up the far wall. Back into the Ravenwood end. No icing because a couple of Ravenwood players were right up against the boards. Clearing attempt went off a stanchion and comes to Ethan Sides, and his shot is gloved and held onto by Miller. 10:37 to go. Still 4-1. NBA. Draw is to the left of Miller. One by the Big Red. Abe Lasher couldn't hang on to the puck at the left point. Tried to pass it back ahead. Brady Friedman intercepts. And had to wait for Cooper Hill to get back on side. Now Hill with it at center. Back into the NBA zone on the right wing. Oh, he got tripped by Abe Lasher. Who's going to go to the box for it. Lasher left his stick under Miller's feet, or Hill's feet, and Hill fell over it. So Lasher to the box. 10-14 to go. Ravenwood back on the power play, down 4-1. Draw to the left of Wick, won by NBA and cleared down ice. Comes towards the Ravenwood end. Brady Miller has to stop it. Hands it off to Cannon Kaiser. Kaiser behind his own net. Over to Owen Appel. Appel out at center. Had it take Dalba, left wing side of the Ravenwood zone. Waiting for help. Passes down, or passes up to Matthew Moore. Put out in front. Oh, Dalba whiffed on it from right in front. Moore again. Takes a bump. Here's Liam Powell. Powell. Passes over to Brady Friedman. This is all inside the Ravenwood zone. Now it comes up the boards to Powell, who's going to carry it out. Powell. Back inside the NBA zone on the right wing side. Trying to go to the front of the net, and his shot took a little dribble off the left leg pad of Wick, and then the rebound put out in front, and Wick stops and covers that. 61 seconds left of the power play, 9:15 to go in the game, still 4-1 NBA. Draws to the left of Wick. Brandon Fremgen sends it around the boards to the far side. Bennett Nichols keeps it alive at the left point. Passes down the wall to Jack Reedy. Back up top, Nichols. Across to Appel, who shanks his one-timer. Jake Farrell behind the net. Try to wrap around. Stopped and covered up by Wick. Strawby to Wick's left. Won by NBA. Puck comes around the boards to the far side, kept alive by Nichols. Behind the net, Farrell. Comes out in front, his shot turned away by Wick. And Trace Graham is going to pass ahead to Lee Guy at center. Guy in the Ravenwood zone. Gets around Owen Appel. In front of backhander over the net. Big short-handed chance for the Raptors, for the Big Red, but Lee Guy missed it. Pass ahead to pass ahead by, I think, Appel, intercepted by Brandon Fremgen, cleared out. Trace Graham back to Lee Guy. Guy, right wing side of the Ravenwood zone, goes to the right wing corner. Penalty time against the Big Red is up. They're back at even strength. Guy wanted to put it in front for Graham. That was broken up. Guy with it again. Guy comes out in front. Puck gets away from him. Chipped down the wall by Zach Rankin. Here is Jack Reedy on the far side. Brandon Frem gets shot in the left point. Oh, just bounced past the net to the right of Miller. Jake Farrell fires it through the air, and it's back in the NBA zone for icing waved off because Brandon Fremgen tried to play it. He tried to knock it down. Both he and Rankin were there. So NBA will send it back into the Ravenwood zone. Miller will leave it for Cannon Kaiser. Kaiser passes over to the near side. It's out at center. Lucas Brady back in the NBA zone on the right wing side. Anthony Maltese trying to wrap around, but lost it on the far side of the net. And the Big Red are going to end up icing it from their own zone. 6:54 to go. The Big Red up 4-1. Draw to the right of Wick. One by the Raptors, and a pass back to Owen Appel at the blue line. Went past him and back into his own zone. And he tried to pass ahead to Cooper Hill, and that goes for an icing. Here's Liam Powell, and the puck knocked away from him. Inside the NBA zone, Brady Friedman backhands it down the wall back to Powell. Now it's out on the far boards. Powell gets to it. Powell passes down. Pass back over to Powell. His shot, score from the right circle. Cooper Hill found Powell all alone in the right circle, and Powell fires it into the back of the net for his second goal of the game and Ravenwood's. And it is 4-2 NBA with 6:14 to go. Draw one by Ravenwood. Puck out at the near side of the net. Keaton Moffitt tried to stuff it in, and Hunter Wick has it covered. Draws to Wick's left. One by Ravenwood. Shot from out high. Cannon Kaiser misses the net. Oliver Lutz trying to put it out for. Oh, and Bennett Nichols falls backwards trying to keep the puck alive. A 2-on-1 for NBA. Edwin Bass tried to shoot from the left circle. Went off Cannon Kaiser's stick. It just past the net. He was trying to center it for Andrew Freck. Puck out at center. Brandon Fremgen dumps it back in the Ravenwood zone. Bennett Nichols will catch up to it. Passes over to Kaiser. Oliver Lutz. Pass up the boards intercepted by Abe Lasher. Brought back into the Ravenwood zone. Lasher tried to put it out in front for Andrew Freck. His stick was tied up. Here's Oliver Lutz back in the other direction. Oh, Jake Farrell falls over. Here's Abe Lasher. Sending the puck back in the Ravenwood zone. Here's Owen Appel. Banks off the near boards. Intercepted inside the zone by Trace Graham. Graham tried to backhand it out in front. Puck popped up in the air. And Jake Lipinski taken down by Matthew Moore is going to result in a penalty. Here's Cooper Friedman back in the NBA zone on the left wing side. Shot past the net. Matthew Moore touches up. But he's going to be going to the box. Tripping the call against Moore. So Ravenwood back to the power play, down 4-2 with 4:27 to go. And Ravenwood are going to use their timeout. I figured they would. 4:27 left. Ensworth, Nolensville, Lipscomb have beaten Centennial 4-1, so someone in Tier 2 can play some defense against Ensworth. Too bad that game didn't matter for either team, because the Summit win meant that Ensworth will move up and Centennial will stay put. So Centennial are finished with the first half of the regular season. They finished 2-3-2, Ensworth are now 6-0 and play their first half finale Wednesday night against Summit. Timeout done. Draw is going to be to the left of Hunter Wick. Again, Ravenwood on the power play. And they win the draw to kick it off. Brady Friedman passing over to the left point. Cannon Kaiser passes over to Liam Powell. Trying to pass across, intercepted by Lee Guy and flipped out. Here's Cooper Hill, left wing BA zone. Had the puck knocked off his stick by Zach Rankin. Rankin sends it around the boards to the near side. Lee Guy clears it out. Cannon Kaiser with it at center, backhands it over to Brady Friedman. Friedman pass up the far side into the skate of Liam Powell, who slams his stick in frustration because it got away from him and allowed Trace Graham to backhand it over to Lee Guy, who sends it back deep in the Ravenwood zone. Here's Friedman. Across to Hill on the far side. Hill back in the NBA zone on the right wing. Under a minute left of the power play for the Raptors. Hill comes out to the left wing. Passes up top Kaiser. Back down to Liam Powell. Now out high, Hill. Brady Friedman just below the right point. Backs up to the right point. Now moves down the wall a bit. Tried to pass across. Went off a stick, came over to Hill. Now Powell, a one-timer in the left circle, misses the net. Friedman over to Kaiser. Left circle, past the slot, and Cooper Hill knocked off his stick. He gets it back, turns around, shoots. Knocked away by Wick. Under 30 seconds left of the power play. Friedman holding right circle, shot off some skates and past the net. Jake Lipinski keeps it alive. Over to Powell, one timer in the bottom of left circle, hit the outside of the net. Back to Powell, left half wall. Back down low, Lipinski. Powell, out high Kaiser. Kaiser, long range shot, stopped and held on to by Wick. 4 seconds left of the power play, 2:31 to go in the game, still 4-2 NBA. Draw to the right of Wick. Won by NBA. They try and clear. It's held in. And a backhander missed the net from Jake Farrell. Penalty time against the Big Red is up. They're back at even strength as Wick covers up the puck on the far side of the net. 2:22 to go. Draw to the right of Wick. Won by Ravenwood. It's out over on the near side, Matthew Moore. Carry it out. Dumps it into the Ravenwood zone deep. Under 2 minutes left, you got to wonder when Mike Driscoll is going to have Brady Miller come to the bench for the extra attacker. As Anthony Maltese brings the puck out, but he gives it right back to Andrew Freck. This is still in the half of the neutral zone near the Ravenwood blue line. Now Ravenwood get it back, but Maltese loses it again. It's cleared out of the NBA zone. Still too close for Miller. Oh, and they end up scoring. The puck drifted back into the Ravenwood zone. Andrew Freck centers it for Lee Guy, who one times at home. And I don't think we're going to see Brady Miller pulled now. It's 5-2 NBA with 87 seconds left. Guy with his second. Draw one by Ravenwood. Here's Liam Powell. The puck poked away. Cleared out by the Big Red. And trying to backhand it ahead was John Castleberry, but knocked down inside the Ravenwood zone. And pass over to Lee Guy. Hopped off his stick, put in front, and then sent wide from in front by James Lehrman. And a giveaway to Trace Graham over to Guy. His shot stopped and held onto by Miller as we've entered the final minute of the game. 55.9 seconds left. The Big Red up 5-2. Draw me to the left of Miller. One by the Big Red. Puck behind the net. Ethan Sides trying to put it out in front. Comes over to Lucas Brady. He's out at center. Brady into the NBA zone on the right wing side. Try to drop it back. Pass across to the far side. Michael Datillo ahead to Crosby Bond. It's out at center. Here's Keaton Moffitt back ahead to Owen Appel, who brings it back in under 30 seconds left. Appel tried to pass in front, went off a skate, and a shot from Lucas Brady had to be stopped by Wick. Puck out on the far side. And there's a hit on the far side on Crosby Bond, who is still sitting up next to his own bench. I think they called offside against Ravenwood. .6 seconds to go. Yeah, it was offside against Ravenwood. Draw on the dot in front of the NBA bench. One by the Big Red. Hunter Mustard dumps it into the Ravenwood zone. He got knocked down. Got double hit. There's going to be a penalty. So NBA will finish the game on the power play unless they score on it. I never saw what the call was. They're up 5-2 with 8.1 seconds left. Draws to the left of Miller. And Hunter Mustard gets off a shot off the draw that's gloved and held onto by Miller. Draw one by the Big Red. A Blasher, left point, a shot, stopped by Miller, rebound. He's got it covered, and that's it. NBA finished the first half of the regular season with a 5-2 win over Ravenwood. 6-0-1. And Ravenwood are now 1-4. All right, so let's dive into postgame here. Both goals for Ravenwood were scored by Liam Powell. For the Big Red, hold on, let me write down the shots here. I think Ravenwood had about 35. And NBA up on the board 25. I think they had 27. All right, now I'm going to go over NBA scores. 2 goals from Lee Guy, and the others came from Trace Graham, Matthew Moore, and James Lehrman. Lee Guy is our player of the game. 2-goal night, and he had an assist in the first goal from Trace Graham, as NBA's dangerous top line once again rewards Hunter Wicks' good play in net by scoring 4 goals. And actually, I think Lehrman was out there with the top guys. So he was kind of on the top line. What a victory for NBA, and what a first half for the Big Red. They finished 6-0-1. They finished 6-0-1. Scored 29, allowed 13. Pretty good. Pretty good. Pretty good. So the night in GNASH is done. All 5 games are in the books. And let's go over those final scores for you. Summit Page beat USNBA Nashville Christian FRA Good Pasture 12-5. So the result of that game meant that Ensworth-Nolensville Lipscomb clinched a promotional place to Tier 1 for the rest of the regular season, and they will be playing in the Predators Cup in the postseason. It also means that Centennial will be staying in Tier 2 for the rest of the regular season and playing in the Henry Hine Cup in the postseason. Station Camp Liberty Creek and the Outlaws finished 5-5. That result, combined with Summit's win, means the Outlaws are staying in Tier 2 for the rest of the regular season and playing in the Henry Hine Cup of the postseason. Brentwood beat Rutherford 7-5, so Brentwood are not safe yet. They've got to watch. They've got to watch how things unfold over the next week. But Ravenwood losing tonight gives them now only have 2 games left. Wednesday night against Pope, and then Wednesday night the 8th against Mount Juliet. Mount Juliet also have 2 games left. Next Monday night against Father Ryan, and then the game against Ravenwood on the 8th. Ensworth-Nolensville Lipscomb beat Centennial 4-1. So Centennial finish the first half of the regular season 2-3-2. They're going to stay in Tier 2. That game didn't matter because of the result of the Summit game. And just now Montgomery Bell beat Ravenwood 5-2. So here are the standings with tonight's games in the books. NBA leading at 6-0-1. They lead the GNASH Cup race at 6-0-1. Again, the second half records will be used to determine playoff seeds. So NBA leading the GNASH Cup race at 6-0-1. Franklin second at 5-0-1 in Tier 2. Father Ryan and Pope both 3-3. Brentwood with a win tonight. Now finished the first half of the regular season 2-4-1. Again, they're not safe yet. Mount Juliet, Wilson Central, Green Hill at 1-3-1 after tonight. Rutherford now at 1-5, and Ravenwood at the bottom of Tier 1 at 1-4. Again, they and Rutherford both have a win, and Rutherford beat them last week. On to Tier 2. Ensworth-Nolensville Lipscomb now at 6-0. Summit Page at 4-1. Let's see. Hendersonville beats Gallatin at 2-1-2. Centennial finished the first half of the regular season 2-3-2. They're staying in Tier 2. USNBA Nashville Christian now 2-2-1. The Outlaws, they're staying in Tier 2. Station Camp Liberty Creek finished the first half of the regular season 1-4-2. Obviously, they're staying. And Independence Ravenwood 2 at 0-5-1 at the bottom of Tier 2. So let's look at the schedule for Wednesday night, the first day of play in November 2023 in GNASH. USNBA Nashville Christian taking on the Tennessee Outlaws in Rink A at Centennial at 7:10. Must win for USN. If they lose that game, they are out of contention for a place in Tier 1. Rutherford Rampage taking on Franklin at 7:30 on the North Rink in Antioch. Unless Rutherford gets Jackson Wilson back, I don't see them winning this game. I think they're going to be relegated. And it stinks, too, because they got so unlucky with Jackson Wilson getting hurt and being out for that long stretch. So Franklin will be trying to win and finish the first half of the regular season 6-0-1, just like NBA. South Ring at 8:15. Ravenwood taking on Pope Prep MLK GCA 8:30 on Rink B at Centennial. Summit Page taking on Innsworth, Nolensville, Lipscomb. And 8:40 on Rink A at Centennial. First half finale for Independence Ravenwood 2 as they take on Hendersonville Beach Gallatin, who get back on the ice after 2 weeks off. So that is it for us this evening. A long evening done here in Bellevue, a triple header. Final scores of Summit Page 12, USNBA Nashville Christian FRA Good Pasture 5, Brentwood 7, Rutherford Rampage 5, Montgomery Bell 5, Ravenwood 2. I'm going to go home and look at everything tonight and make a decision and announce Wednesday's broadcast schedule tomorrow morning. So that is it for me in Bellevue this evening. Thank you all so much for listening. Before I go, my condolences to the family of Adam Johnson. That is a horrible tragedy, and it's an absolute nightmare, and it's something that I think hockey fans fear in the back of their mind every time they watch a game. But, yeah, it was a horrible, 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 horrible tragedy. And hopefully they take steps to prevent such a thing. I mean, that's why the kids wear neck guards here, to prevent something like that from happening. But, yeah, that is it for us this evening. Thank you all so very much for listening. I am Michael Hackney. Again, the final score in the third game of our triple header tonight. Montgomery Bell 5, Ravenwood 2. Good night, everybody from Bellevue. Talk to you Wednesday somewhere. I don't know where just yet. Good night.